I really shouldn't be doing this, you understand.
Oh, I do understand completely.
Well, as Miss Evelyn's attorney, I have a fiduciary obligation to ensure that her property find its highest and best use. Your guarantee to be the highest bidder fulfills that obligation.
I'm very grateful.
And the inspection won't require more than an hour at the most.
As we agreed.
May we use that table?
Of course. You already have plans drawn up?
Well, not plans, more like drawings, very preliminary based on the few photos we were able to find.
And we're... Oh, here?
It would appear that way.
Will all that be kitchen?
Yeah, it will.
Quite impressive. There's nothing like that anywhere on the island. Mallard and teal. That's a paradox.
And what makes us a paradox?
Oh, no. I mean a pair of ducks. Mallard and teal, the blue-winged teal and the green-winged teal, both highly regarded by hunters.
It's Mallard and Teal. That's our last names.
Ducks would be a coincidence.
My apologies. It wasn't meant as a pejorative. Well, the inn is yours for the hour. Can I assist with anything specific?
We haven't been able to locate any detailed plans.
I'd be surprised if you had. This building dates to the early 1920s. Nothing would have been filed with the town. It wasn't required. The Burwell brothers were the builders. I'm sure you'll find everything up to snuff. The Burwell family is still in the construction business here. You can speak to them if you'd like.
Not necessary.
All right then.
Conversion to modern HVAC is a major concern in this climate. Wall units might work.
Miss Evelyn never had much use for air conditioning. Her guests were accustomed to the climate. Only on the second floor were there window air conditioners, and she never turned on the radiators until Thanksgiving.
I believe geothermal will be more than adequate with solar power, but it has to be large.
HVAC should not be underestimated, Audrey. Geothermal will add significantly to the cost, and the return on it would be surreal. Decades.
Please don't be concerned. I'll crunch the numbers for you. Now, more to the point. In my search, I couldn't find anything for licensing, Mr. Ward. I found that very odd.
And you won't find a license. Miss Evelyn's was never officially an inn. She was born here in 1927. Her father made out quite well, investing in local businesses. That's how he built this place. He was killed in World War II. His wife died soon after that. That's when Miss Evelyn began taking in guests. Hunters, fishermen, tourists, and they kept coming back. She ran her business from that phone in the front hall, and the view of the channel is the best on the island anywhere. And you can watch the sunsets from the rocker on the sitting porch. And with the Coast Guard station over there, And Black Narrows Creek right here. Nothing can be built on either side. Location, location, location.
We'll actually be enclosing that porch. 2-story windows.
That's a lot of glass.
It is over 400 square feet. It'll also serve as a digital projection screen.
Very sophisticated glass. Would you like the keys to the outbuildings?
Oh, they won't be necessary. They aren't part of the plan.
Oh, well, all right then. I can see I'm done here. Paula, if you need anything, just call. The lady in charge, Paula, will join you very soon. She is quite reliable.
I'm sure. Thank you.
We should head upstairs.
Oh, you do that. I'll be here.
Did you bring the tape measure?
You left it in the Tesla.
Well, we're going to need it.
Hello? Hello? Audrey Lewis.
My goodness, Audrey Lewis! From All In?
Yes.
You ran your dead father's plumbing business.
Yes, that was me, the sexy lady plumber.
And give me a minute, you were in The Major General's Daughter,
Right?
Blind Faith, Mount St. Helens, and Incident at
Oh
Salem.
my God, you got all the big ones.
Oh, wait, there's another one. Oh, I can see you, but I can't think of the title. Darkness in St. Kitts.
Oh my God, when did you see that? I was just a kid. That movie is completely forgotten.
Oh.
Which is just as well.
No, you were fantastic, and your co-star, that guy, what was his name?
Oh, I don't remember. I'm sorry, I know I should.
Oh, I see him in front of me. He
Oh.
was, right?
Ooh, he was. He was also gay.
Oh, please don't ruin it for me.
Oh, I remember thinking that myself back then. You're very kind. It really wasn't much of a movie.
Oh, but the two of you were something else. Yeah.
Excuse me. He needs a tape measure!
Friend?
Architect.
Architect. Big deal. Oh, All In was just wonderful. I loved every episode.
Thank you. I appreciate that. It did very well. It meant a lot to me.
And the kid who played your son,
Oh.
adorable, beyond adorable.
He was. Everybody loved him.
What was his name?
Martin?
Dingerson, Martin Dingerson. Oh, you just wanted to squash him. Oh, he was so adorable. I really thought he would be your real son. I knew he wasn't, but it seemed to me at the time.
Oh, you're not the first person to tell me that. I mean, he was, I didn't have children, and he and I just formed a strong bond over the years. He really was adorable, like you said.
He had problems later in life, didn't he?
Well, he did have his share of difficulty.
Heroin addict and
well-
homeless, that's what I read.
Well, not homeless, but just not a very stable situation.
But heroin addict, right?
Yes, heroin addict, as everybody knows, thanks to the National Enquirer.
Well, whatever happened to him?
Well, he's doing all right. He calls me when he needs me. He texted me the other day. He's living on a ranch in North Dakota, or South Dakota. One of those big square states out west. It's an institute for meditation. Seems to be doing pretty well.
Oh, that's good. I'm glad to hear. Oh, and I'm so rude. I haven't even introduced myself. I'm Paula Jester. It's such a pleasure to meet you.
Oh, Paula Jester, woman in charge.
Yeah, that would be me.
Wow.
I run the auctions. There's no friends at an auction, as they say. But there are rules, and I make them.
You have it here, like, right on your card. Woman in charge. I like that.
Well, it saves a lot of time. Some of the old bucks around here really can't take a hint. They keep asking to talk to the man in charge. And you know the drill.
Oh gosh, my whole life, please. Even if my name is on the credits, the set is run by men.
Ward says you want Miss Evelyn's pretty badly.
I suppose I do.
Well, excuse me, I'll sit over here for a while. This place is much bigger than your typical estate. There's 3 floors, attic, outbuildings. Everything has to be tagged for the auction on Saturday. It'll kill you if you don't pace yourself. The lifting is hell on my back. Oh! This is the last of the things from downstairs. A little room that I didn't even know was there until today. What do you want Miss Evelyn's for? You're not planning to turn it into an inn again, are you?
Oh, no, not at all.
Good, because no one could get this place licensed today. Trust me.
Oh, because of fire escapes and things like that?
Fire escapes, sprinkler systems, ADA entrance ramps, doorways, bathrooms, not to mention no range vent hoods and inadequate septic. But none of that'll be an issue if you buy it as a residence.
No, just for me and for friends.
Retreat, getaway.
Exactly.
Well, this is where you go to get away. On the island, you're called come here.
Oh, tell me.
Well, when you start hiring people around here to do work on the place, cut the grass and all, first thing they'll slip it into the conversation. Where'd you come here from? That's what makes you a come here. You're not from here.
Are you from here?
Oh yeah, a long while.
Oh.
So, where'd you come here from?
L.A.
Oh, that's about as far away as you could come. What made you come all the way here? There's so many nice places in between.
Well, a very dear friend told me that she was happier here than any place else. She said, I shouldn't miss an opportunity to buy this place.
Well, we do hear that a lot, and there is some truth to it. But I would like to see this property go to someone who really loves it. You'll always be a come here, though.
Well, I don't mind. I think I can live with that. But I won't always be here. I mean, I am still working.
Oh, what are you working on?
Nothing immediate, but I do work.
A movie or TV?
Whatever my agent calls me with. As you said, this would be a place for me to get away from work, from life, from...
Stop me if I'm wrong, from a guy?
Yes, I'm afraid so.
Well, I've been there. Would you like a drink?
Oh, shit.
It's okay. I keep some of these here for the late nights.
Oh, thank you.
Well, cheers. And good riddance to, what's his name?
Rather not talk about him.
Oh, sure, who would? Can't blame me for trying, though.
Oh, just something that ended very badly. I'm actually in a lot of pain right now.
I'm sorry. I've been there. First divorce?
Third. Well, actually not even a divorce this time. It just ended. It once was a good thing at one time.
Oh, just one divorce for me, but I'm with you. The less said, the better. Men, you can't live with them, and you can't shoot them. Not unless you went to high school with most of the police force. Oh, I'm kidding. Oh, no, I did. Go to school with half of the police force.
Oh, my God.
No, I didn't shoot him. Not that I wouldn't have. I did dream about it. Twice.
HVAC is going to be a complete nightmare, Audrey. It will significantly add to the cost. And geothermal is simply not a viable option.
Do not dismiss geothermal, Gavin!
He is obsessed with geothermal. I can't support it in this case.
I have two of you, so I can get two opinions.
Do you understand that this building is completely uninsulated?
Gavin!
I'm trying my best to be the voice of reason.
2 architects? Very big deal.
They came as a set.
Ward tells me you're gonna sink a lot of money into this place.
Well, I suppose so. I'm not planning on keeping a lot of the interior, but the profile will be familiar to the community. I don't want to be disrespectful in that regard. Thank you.
Well, you picked a good spot.
Yes.
No neighbors but the Coast Guard.
Oh.
Hello, sailor! You know, it doesn't bother me when I come here want to renovate an old place. I'm just the liquidator. Some people will take issue with what you're doing, but hey, the inn's not coming back, right?
No, thank you. I appreciate that. Did you know Miss Evelyn?
Oh, sure, we all did.
Tell me about her.
Well, to tell the truth, no one knew her very well. She was just Miss Evelyn to us. She had a loyal clientele, and she took good care of them. She did all the cooking, the baking, and the cleaning. In the winter, she closed up. At other times of the year, we just saw her around the island. She was just a fixture on the island. She worked until couldn't work anymore. I guess that's how it went.
Oh, I guess it was a simple life.
Simple life, but hard. She had no family to help out. She just worked and worked. I think she could have stopped at some point, but she probably didn't know how.
How old was she when she passed away?
90.
Oh, wow. Did she die of natural causes?
Well, she didn't get eaten by a shark. She was 90. Oh, I'm sorry.
No.
I shouldn't be such a smart
I
aleck.
deserve that. That was none of my business.
Know as much as anybody. You're buying Miss Evelyn's.
Oh, well, I hope to.
Oh, I wouldn't worry. You're in as long as Ward says so.
Is Ward reliable?
Ward? No, not at all.
Oh, dear, really?
Oh yeah, don't worry though. He'll hold up his end of the deal. There's not that many people interested in this property. Not with your kind of money anyway. So he's in your corner for selfish reasons. Those are the reasons that count in this case.
Yeah.
Are you planning a lot of renovations?
Gavin and Jordan are just seeing the building, but this is my vision. Okay, so the rear of the property overlooking the channel will incorporate the porch, 2 stories of glass that will double as a projection screen, but I'm not quite sure how that works.
Wow, look at that.
Let's see. The kitchen. The kitchen will have a conventional oven and a wood-fired oven and a steel chimney that will go up 2 floors, open into a fireplace, and then be near the sauna and the lounge, and also will have birch paneling from Denmark.
Wow.
And this is my private retreat with
third floor. All that glass won't wake you up early in the morning?
No, it's light sensitive. It's programmable. Everybody has it now in Malibu.
What will you watch through the telescope?
I don't know. Milky Way, the moon, birds, whatever passes by.
So many steps.
Oh no, we'll have the most lovely glass elevator.
Don't touch that!
My, you have a lot to do. Well, I'll get this all cleared out for you Saturday. The auction should be well attended. You know, around here people come expecting rare treasures, and particularly they're looking for antique decoys. They're always disappointed. Old rich collectors have such things, but people like Miss Evelyn didn't. I found a wooden decoy without the head being used as a doorstop up in the attic.
Wow.
She did have some nice things, family heirlooms, but they're not worth anything, and strictly sentimental value. And there's no family or children to fight over them. Well, like this, for instance. This is her breadboard.
Oh.
Probably her mother's. Likely her grandmother's.
Oh. Oh. Oh, you can feel how old it is.
Joined with wooden pegs, no glues or nails.
There's a depression in the center.
A lot of the old ones had that from cleaning and scraping over time.
How old is it?
Well, it's at least a century. If it were her grandmother's, then it goes back to the war between the states.
Wow, that's a lot of bread from now to then. How much is it worth?
They usually bring 50, maybe 100 with the right crowd. Probably 50.
That's all?
Who bakes bread anymore?
You know, I can almost hear it telling me its stories, talking to me.
Thought I was the only one. You are very perceptive.
Well, that's what actresses do. We listen to how people talk. Sometimes things. I want to buy this.
Well, that's easy. Just keep raising your hand.
Oh, it's beautiful. It should have a place of honor in the kitchen.
Thought you wanted to change everything.
Well, not everything. I mean, this could go on the slate wall or in the wine storage area. I'm keeping it.
Once you own it.
Once I own it. There you go.
You know, it's a nice piece. I'd like to see someone get it who will appreciate it. Do you remember on All In when you would sit at your father's desk? You had his monkey wrench mounted in a big wooden frame. When you had to make a big decision, you'd reach over your head to touch the wrench and hear his voice. Oh, who did the voice?
Adam West.
Batman! I had no idea.
Oh, the wrench was just a prop.
Yeah, but this isn't.
Oh, but $50 seems so little for all that.
I know. I think that sometimes myself. Have you seen her cast iron?
Oh,
It's all right.
shh, wait a second, wait. I don't believe this. It's them. They are both texting me separately, complaining about each other. Oh dear, I'm so sorry.
It's all right. You don't see cast iron like this very often. Never put through a dishwasher. And look at the patina. There's this skillet, another skillet, a griddle, and a big Dutch oven. There's Sunday dinner right there. Sure, feel the handle.
Oh, wow, the weight on this. Oh,
Do you have any in your kitchen?
I have stainless and copper, but nothing like this.
Southern cooks treasure their cast iron. As nonstick as Teflon once it's seasoned, and the seasoning on that goes back decades. The Dutch oven is for bread, pot roast, chicken and biscuits. The griddle is for pancakes or fritters. Duck hunters want a hearty breakfast before they set out in the morning.
Sure.
Miss Evelyn was up before anybody, making sure everything was hot and ready.
This handle is.
Feel the handle. Do you feel a little difference on it? A little wear on the one side? Right to left?
Oh my God, I feel it.
Sure you do. Right to left? A little distinction from her hand. There's not many women who can make an impression on cast iron. That's whose home you're in, Miss Evans.
I want to buy these too, even though I didn't use them. God, they're wonderful.
Do you cook?
No, not a lot, but little things sometimes.
Well, these are her knives.
Shoot, here.
Pretty. They're made of the old carbon steel. It discolors quickly and stays that way. This one is the boning knife.
Oh.
That's used for filleting ducks and fish. It's sharpened constantly. There's not a lot left to that one. This is her chef's knife. Miss Evelyn would never have called herself a chef by any means, but she had that in her hand most half the day. And this wicked-looking thing is the butcher knife.
Oh my.
She used local hogs and kept chickens out the back. Back in the day, no one thought anything of having local ingredients like that. Now, you pay quite a bit. Last, look at this. This is her oyster knife.
Oh.
Do you like oysters?
Oh, of course.
Have you had them brought in from the channel an hour ago with the salt brine still in them?
Never.
You will now. You can hardly avoid it here.
Oh, that's wonderful.
With ice cold vodka. Beer is fine as far as it goes, but really, vodka.
Well, I don't think that's going to be a problem.
Now, this piece here is part of what I brought up from downstairs. It's the only thing I can't figure out. I haven't opened it till now.
Oh, thinking of it.
The key was on a hook on the wall. The lock turns, but the lid doesn't open. So, oh, there it is. Look at that. In the corner, a little brass screw under the molding. There should be one on the opposite side. Yes, there it is. Tiny little things.
All the gadgets.
Let's see what we have.
It's full of plants, dried flowers.
This was closed up a long time ago. Lavender, rose petals, and cedar shavings. It's a doll, I think.
It's not a doll, is it?
No. It's a child.
Oh,
An infant. Mummified. Like the native people did.
is that common around here when a baby died?
Long, long ago. I've never seen it. Until now. I don't want to touch her.
She's Small. Look on the side, there's an envelope.
Well, this is written by Elizabeth Reynolds.
Do you know her?
Well, everybody knew her. She's gone about 30 years. She lived out on the barrier island before it became a federal preserve. People said she had Indian blood. Oh, I'm sorry, Native American. Elizabeth was the poor man's doctor. People went to her for herbal remedies. She grew old out on the marsh. One Sunday she came into church and died in the pew.
Oh,
I, Elizabeth Reynolds, attest. I delivered Eve, Miss Evelyn's child, in good health, January of 1957, and remained 7 days after the birth. I was summoned again by Miss Evelyn in February of that year and found her and her child suffering with influenza. I cared for them. Within 3 days, the child perished. Miss Evelyn made a recovery some days later. No one on the island knowing of the child, Miss Evelyn having no husband, and it being cold weather and the ground hard, we decided together that I would preserve the body of the girl. I have done this not to conceal any wrongdoing, but out of concern for the good name of Miss Evelyn. She was a good and fit mother and did nothing to cause the death of her child. Our joint prayers accompanied little Eve to heaven. She was as lovely as could be. Well, that was the year of the Asian flu, 1957. She quarantined herself for the birth. No one ever knew. There's another letter.
My Eve is taken from me so soon. I despaired of ever having a child, but the Lord made me a gift of her. She was a happy child, glad to be with me, but left me quietly, without crying. Mine were the only tears today. Elizabeth did all that could be done. If you read this and know me, you know I had a child before I had a husband. Judge me as you wish. I loved Eve's father as he loved me. He was a gift to me in my loneliness, a good man who loved his country and the sea. I have no regrets. I have felt the pain that life brings, slow and shallow, and other pain that it brings sudden and deep. For the rest of my life, however long, I will always carry in my heart the greatest of joys. Sweet things, life began and ended in this building.
Just like her mother's. One very short, one very long. None of us are here forever. It is not given to the one who is walking even to direct his step. That's from Jeremiah, favorite of my grandmother's.
Jeremiah who?
Oh, the book of Jeremiah in the Old Testament.
Oh, Jeremiah the prophet.
The prophet. He had a rough job, telling people the truth that they didn't want to hear.
Oh, no, we never want to hear the truth. Only a little bit at a time when we're in the mood. Never a whole lot. Never a whole prophet's worth. What are you going to do with her? Does someone need to be told?
No. It doesn't matter now. I'll see to her burial. Beside Miss Evelyn, Marcus Reed handled the funeral. I will speak with him. The grave was just opened. It can be opened again without anybody noticing. Islanders aren't good at everything, but this is the kind of thing that we do very well.
Here.
Two women can keep this to themselves, right?
Understood.
And the rest goes on. As scheduled, auction and sale on Saturday. We'll get everything ready. Here's the listing.
Home and contents, same family for over 90 years, 5-bedroom home plus outbuildings walking distance to town, the well-known Miss Evelyn's Inn. Real estate and property being sold, as is, where is.
Audrey, I'm not going to sugarcoat this. We are looking at a much bigger project than we envisioned. Ensuring the comfort of you and your guests is not going to be easy.
But it's all doable, of course, with the right resources. But there's a lot to be addressed, and sustainably.
Audrey, whatever your expectations were based on what Mr. Bishop told you,
Seems I've arrived at a bad time. Hello, Paula.
Mr. Bishop, I am very glad we had a chance to evaluate this building before our client placed her bid. It poses a unique set of challenges. You say the builders are still in business? That is unfathomable. There isn't a single dimension in this place that's standard.
Well, of course. The Burrows would have followed their own guidance on matters of layout and construction. That's the way it was done.
But I'm afraid none of that translates to modern practice.
Well, you can't blame them for that.
Audrey, we're going to have some serious discussions.
I think it's time to conclude. Those luxury vehicles are already attracting attention and questions. Can we resolve this off premises?
Gavin and Jordan, may I ask you to take a little drive? I hear there are beautiful pictures of the channel farther north. I won't be long. I will text you.
Audrey, I've been straight with you all along. Now I need you to be straight with me. Is there going to be a problem Saturday at the auction?
You've been very kind, but I'm afraid I just can't answer that right now.
Oh, I think I can see where this is going. There's nothing wrong with this building. Those two just don't know what they're looking at.
And I know even less. I'm sorry. Can you just give us some time alone?
What, you and the ducks?
No. Me and the woman in charge.
Oh, I see. Yes.
I would like to purchase some of her things, the breadboard and
pots and pans and the knives. Even if I'm not here at the auction, can you arrange that?
That's easy. But you can't bid on Miss Evelyn's inn unless you're here. Will you be?
I don't know. I mean, if I don't buy it, who do you suppose will?
Oh, we never know until the gavel falls. There are no friends at an auction. But the auction's not till Saturday. Sit down. You changed your mind awfully fast.
Well, I'm known for that. I react.
Was it a little one? Or me, something I said? I'm known for that.
No, you were being honest. I'm not used to that, but I like it. I just can't see this place the way I did. I can only see it as is. You sure we can't turn it back into an inn? You could run it for me.
Oh, thank you, but it's completely impossible. The old style inns are dying. You wouldn't stay here yourself. If you ask me, and you didn't, your architects are overreaching. Everyone around here knows how to work on these old island buildings. They learned from their grandfathers. Programmable glass may not be in their wheelhouse, but they could make this place as beautiful as you'd ever want. I used to date one of the Burrow brothers. He's a good builder. He'll listen to you.
I had a vision.
Yeah, the vision is the easy part.
All right. What should I do?
Get a room at one of the chain places. They're all nice. Don't use your real name. They might make a fuss. Stay here till Saturday. By Saturday, you'll know. And I'll put these things away for you.
Thank you. Grab my phone. Oh. Gavin, there's been a change of plans. I'm going to need you and Jordan to stay here tonight. Yes, you said we need to have a serious conversation, and we're going to have it here. I'm sure you do, but I'm the client that needs you right now. Thank you for all of your advice and everything. If I'm here Saturday,
Then what?
I'll buy it.
And then?
Oh, I can't destroy it. I mean, it'd be like throwing her breadboard into the fire.
Your friend, who was so happy here, where did she stay when she was here?
She said she stayed at an old inn that she really loved.
So, well, I'll say this and then I'll shut up. A come here has a choice. You can bring happiness with you, or you can change the place, or you let the place change you. That decision comes from why you're coming here. Are you bringing happiness with you, or are you looking to find some?
I think you know the answer to that.
Do you?
I do.
Good. I thought so, or I wouldn't have bothered. I'll see you Saturday. And then when the dust settles, I'll call Billy Burrow and remind him of a few favors he owes me. It'll still cost you an arm and a leg, but the Burrows will make Miss Evelyn's home your home. And she will bless you. And you'll be happy.
And that's what I want.
Good. Now, will you do me a favor?
Of course.
Call Martin Dingerson. Oh, give him my love. Everybody wants a kid just like him.